Welcome back to What's Up Oxford. I have Maureen Britnell here from Alpha Mama.
Yes.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So going to talk about something that is going to be near and dear to many of our viewers.
Yes.
World Menopause Day.
World Menopause Day.
I didn't even know there was a day.
Yes.
What is World Menopause Day?
Well, and that's one of the reasons we need World Menopause Day, because it is something that we don't talk about. And they actually did a report, came out last October here in Canada, that over 50% of women still see menopause as a taboo subject, something that they can't talk about or they don't know how to talk about. And as a result, they go into this stage of their life and they're not prepared, they're not informed. And so we're trying to change that by starting the conversation, encouraging research, more research into the changes and the effects that that has on a woman's body as she goes through perimenopause and menopause.
Perimenopause.
Perimenopause.
What is perimenopause?
Okay, so menopause is actually just one day. So when we talk about menopause as a day is the day where you've not had a cycle for a year.
Okay.
But it's the 7 to 10 years ahead of that day that we call perimenopause. And this is where the hormones are starting to change as your body is preparing for this big change. So your body gets affected in different ways. And most women know about hot flashes and, maybe some moments of bad temper.
No,
but what they
women
don't
have bad tempers.
occasionally, once or twice. But what the majority of women don't know is that there's actually over 40 common symptoms of perimenopause, including things like heart palpitations, urinary tract infections, muscle and joint pain, things that you wouldn't normally kind of connect together as having a similar cause.
Right.
And so that is actually a barrier to seeking help and
because you don't realize.
Right.
And I know about a year ago, I was speaking to a naturopath, and she had mentioned that what tends to happen is if you go to your doctor and you say you're having some of these symptoms, what can happen is then there's pharmaceuticals of mood stabilizers and antidepressants, and it could not necessarily be a depression issue or a mood stabilizing issue. It could be actually menopause related.
And that is for things like, especially when you get into symptoms like heart palpitations. Obviously you do want to rule out maybe a more serious cause. But, you've gone to the doctors and everything's fine, and maybe they've sent you to a specialist and everything's fine. And so you just kind of get discharged and you're left sitting there with these heart palpitations and no idea
what's causing
causing it. So what we find is as we start this conversation with women and we start talking about, like I said, these hormone changes and how it affects your body and how you're feeling, like mentally too, there's a lot of effects up. With even just being able to sleep properly. A lot of women find their anxiety increases during perimenopause. Their confidence they find a decrease in confidence. And these, again, are not the types of things that we normally connect to something to do with our cycles, right? And so we go through this 7 to 10 years of perimenopause, and then we have our date of menopause, and then the rest of our life is in postmenopause. And that's when, if we haven't attended to our health and wellness up until that point, we find we're at much greater risk for like osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease actually becomes the number one cause of death for women after menopause, which is something that a lot of women don't know. So when you're in perimenopause, it's really the best time, if you haven't been doing it already, it's really the best time to get very intentional about your health and your wellness, to set you up for the next 30, 40
years,
50 years even.
So you're running a program, Mastering Midlife,
Yes.
which can help people educate people and empower them to take control of their health.
Yeah.
How can somebody get connected with you, or what does Mastering Midlife look like?
Well, Mastering Midlife takes all of these pieces, like a lot of these symptoms can be managed through lifestyle. And so nutrition is king. If nutrition wasn't important in your life before, it is absolutely so important right now. So really dialing in that nutrition and learning what your body needs to fuel it properly. Sleep, we really need to look at our sleep. We need to look at how we manage stress. And then even fitness, how we do fitness changes in midlife and beyond. And what worked for us maybe in our 20s isn't going to work for us in our 40s and 50s. So once we're aware of that and we can start implementing these changes, and women understand what's going on with their bodies and they understand how to work with their bodies again, then they can become empowered and like live out this next stage of their life. Just
Okay, so for them to get a hold of you, they can find you on Instagram at Alpha Mama Fit.
Alpha Mama Fit, yes.
And www.alphamama.ca.
That's right.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, I really appreciate you being on the show
Thank
and
you.
bringing awareness to something that 50% of our population needs to know about. So,
Yes, they do. So
you.
thank you for helping me start the conversation.
Of course.
That's awesome.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.